Good morning, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome aboard our primary live trade brief. S&P 500 at all-time highs. What war? What inflation? Wow. Amazon, boom. Palantir. What's Palantir up? 20%? Our solo AI model portfolio is exploding as brief. So yeah, Palantir to the moon. Uh, we talked about that in our AI brief. Man, what an absolute blowout. Hey, quick reminder, everybody, if you aren't in solo AI, I asked you yesterday in the live trade brief launching a new YouTube channel for my speaking and advisory business. Please go subscribe to that right now. Go click it. How many we got right now? 52. So we need more than 52 subscribers trying to grow that business. Yeah, exactly. 23%. Wow, that was the all clear signal for Palantir, and we'll talk about that in a couple minutes. But everybody take a little bit of a pause and go click on that. I appreciate everybody who subscribed yesterday. Go subscribe to this YouTube channel. I'm going to be putting some content up there from my book and doing all sorts of stuff over here because as I talked about yesterday, uh, past 5 years, man, I've been heads down building a lot of stuff, man. I never thought I'd live to see this headline. Trump's Veterans Secretary touts massive progress in developing psychedelic treatments. I mean, that's my, you know, I can take a deep breath. I wasn't going to say like, hey, I can breathe, right? I can take a deep breath now that 5 years ago, the doors that were locked are now at least cracked open, and I'm getting to walk through a little bit. I literally walked through the secretary's office and met with him a year, uh, year and a half ago, and then obviously in the White House for the executive order signing. So, starting to be able to breathe and uh, good stuff, man. Veterans with PTSD experience striking improvements from psilocybin treatments. Duh. I mean, I love this. I love the Ohio State, and I love the booger eaters and the clipboards and the beakers and the lab coats uh, joining the party. I was about to say like confirming what I already know. I don't need their confirmation. I don't need booger eaters, lab coats, speakers, and Excel sheets. Other people might. I don't. Hey, come sit in ceremony. I tell the VA, I'm like, get out of your cubicles, get out of DC. Stop with the meetings. Throw in some yoga shorts and a sweatshirt and come sit and you don't have to take the sacrament. Come sit in ceremony and hold space and things will change. Why am I rambling about this? Because now I want to get back to before 5 years ago, before my life changed on a mattress in Mexico, my keynote speaking and my advisory business going in and helping companies red team debrief and all that stuff. And today I just on LinkedIn and a couple other pages, I just dropped my mission page. And like I told the AI folks yesterday, this took a lot of time. Well, this took 57 years to build this page. So when you get a chance, if you can, check that page out and let me know what you think. Okay, that's that's it for admin. All right, man. Wow, what a good stuff going on here, man. Exactly, the VA way. Let's have a meeting to plan our next meeting. It's just, yeah, death by meeting. So how about this? Pentagon crowdsources creative and unconventional ideas to pressure Iran. I like this. Now, I'm old enough to remember after 9/11, the Pentagon did the same thing. Because clearly the Pentagon, NORAD, the guys sitting alert who were supposed to defend our homeland from like airborne threats, failed. Well, that's pretty brutal, Wiz. It is. But guess what? North American air defense. 3,000 Americans were killed by jets. So the Pentagon after 9/11, it was shortly after 9/11 because I remember sitting in the ready room of Strike Fighter Squadron 201 in Fort Worth with my boots up, drinking coffee, probably out of this mug. And the Pentagon had a red team page. It said, how would you kill the most amount of Americans as possible if you hated us? and it was getting ideas, right? Because if the Americans, if the enemy could think about this, what? Why can't we? So I remember because around that time, whenever it was, I did a flyby for the Buffalo Miami Dolphins game. I almost hit the scoreboard as the right wing. Didn't know because I'm looking up and my buddy's like, "Whoa, who says whoa over the radio?" We landed Opelika, and I'm like, "Dude, what was the whoa?" He's like, "You almost hit the scoreboard." I'm like, "Well, that's great." Anyway, that's back when flybys were, well, maybe they're back, but no. I mean, anyway, Miami, Fort Lauderdale. Every, what is it, Sunday? There's a conga line of cruise ships that leave within like a minute of each other. There's like 20 of them in a row. I'm like, and Opelika is a business airport with all these G5s and airplanes. I'm like, if I was a terrorist, I'd grab one of those fully fueled Opelika G5s and fly it right into a cruise ship at sea level. You think Titanic was bad? What is the cruise ships now have like 7,000? A carrier's got what, 5,000 Marines and sailors ish? Some of these cruise ships have like 7,000. Could you imagine off of Miami in view of like the beach, like a cruise ship on fire and sinking? But guess what happened to this red team page? The military, uh, the what was it? The military 10,000 on Star of the Seas. Oh my God. The liberal media at the time went crazy. Like, oh my God, why would they have such a page? And the Pentagon took it down. What are you, stupid? Anyway, I'm not going to rant about this. It's just when I see this type of thing, uh, well, it's smart. Hey, wow, that's a good segue to what I do. We'll come in and do a red team. It's so funny people don't red team their plans before they go execute it, man. Um, Man, you think your plan's perfect? Well, if you don't red team it, the enemy gets a vote, and they'll gladly red team it for you and destroy you. So anyway, I thought that was pretty, full circle here. Here we are. Hormuz is open. It's not, we didn't open it. We're not talking to you. We just hit a ship. I don't know where the hell we are. Who cares? The S&P's at 6271, ladies and gentlemen. If you don't have your bullish on America trades on, you're an idiot. My God, man, all time highs. Look at that. We're up a full percent right now on the S&P 500, folks. We have never been up here. When the 52-week price is updating live with that one, forget about it. This is just absolutely insane. Look at that. There was our all-time high, and now it's a distant memory. Uh, so on what? Man, I don't. I know, Brett. Trust me. I already did it over here. I need a new 25 line to drop in here. Let's do that right now before I forget. Look at this. Woo! Oh my God, you're right. I've been sleeping on it. Oh, well, I had AI up yesterday. Man, 76.50. Everybody having fun, everybody making money. Man, we're crushing it. Unbelievable. Not unbelievable. We believed it. I told you. Let's drop a 75 up here. We're going up to 75, man. Boom. Close enough. Look at that chart, folks. You just can't make this up. Lead follower, get out of the way. Why? I don't know. I mean, what I do know, earnings and good stuff like that. But folks, I mean, you saw me on Faulkner. I'm getting tired of seeing me on TV. But it's funny, every time I talk to her, she like learns something new. I'm like, what? I sailed through the Strait of Hormuz numerous times. We have on the Lincoln one time, a bunch of Iranian boats, those Boston whaler type of boats, sprinted out of Iran, circled us like, cowboys and Indians, the carrier. We were flipping them off, and then raced over to these islands in Oman. There's a lot of, you can hide, man. I remember eating dinner later in the wardroom, and one of my boat driving buddies, I saw him. I'm like, hey, man, those Iranian boats, that was pretty wild. You guys saw them coming, right? And he's like, yeah, yeah. I'm like, oh, crap. So Oman, folks, ain't our friends. None of those countries are our friends. Who was it? Who got General Jack Keane on CNBC uh, was just ripping Saudi Arabia in these countries. Folks, I don't trust any of those countries as far as I can throw them. The Saudis, none of them, none of them. They are two-faced and they will stab you in the back. I mean, you know, but we're nothing to write home about, are we? That famous picture of Donald Rumsfeld shaking hands with Saddam Hussein. I get it. We're no babe in the woods either. But man, Jack Keane nailed it yesterday. The Pakistanis and the Omani negotiators are compromised. It's a den of thieves, and you can see, love or hate President Trump, the guy literally thought he was dealing with like honest or straight up people, right? His first term with Krima, some young guy from North Korea, the guy is a narcissist. He wants to live. He don't want to get turned into hair, teeth, and eyeballs. Well, guess what? You're dealing with guys who don't mind being turned into hair, teeth, and eyeballs. It's a different calculus, Mr. President. And you can see his frustration. He's like, man, these guys are scumbags. I'm finally realizing that. I'm like, please tell me you're not that stupid, right? I mean, and he said it yesterday. He's like, I'm giving them, I keep giving them chances. Dude, you're dealing with a petulant teenager, man. Either crack the whip or just throw him out of the house. So you guys know as well as I do, whenever I say I don't know why we're up here, you should be a little nervous. Not necessarily nervous, but just a little cautious, right? So I haven't used this term, strategic term, in a long time. Cautiously bullish, right? Well, cautiously because of all this, but bullish, man. Look at this headline. The AI boom is transforming the American economy beyond recognition. AI has rapidly become a huge economic factor while affecting everything from capital investment to how much you pay for your iPhone. This was a great article. I shared this morning. This is an AI-driven economy right now. Okay, so this is, um, man, this is why, and if it goes up, it comes down, folks, right? So cautiously bullish, but this is why you need to be in the quality names. Ma, when in doubt, run to Ma. Microsoft and Amazon. Apple's rotten, Meta's, Facebook's rotten. Everything else is rotten, folks, but the things that make money and are powering it. And this is where money's going to flow. So this is a great article. I'm not going to sit here and read you the whole thing, but go read it. It's you know. But here's the takeaway. The US economy keeps putting more eggs in one basket. If you were in solo Amazon years ago, you remember that slide. Don't put all your eggs in one basket, blah, blah, blah. I always said what? You absolutely can. It depends on the basket. This time, man, it still remains to be seen, but let me remind you, as a Top Gun Options member, we can make money up, down, sideways. We make money as the AI thing is the hottest thing. We make money if or when it implodes. And even if or when it implodes, the solid names will still stand. I guarantee you. But man, it is all AI all the time right now. Big tech earnings are sending valuations in opposite directions. I covered this in Solo AI yesterday, but we are Marty Feldman. Reports from tech giants drove big gains and losses, while the Fed fueled bond sell-off adds the market pressures. What's the 10-year? 4.637. So that's all you need to see. Microsoft, Amazon, Ma, Apple, Meta. I love Microsoft. We used to trade. Back when I was trading that 5 million portfolio around COVID, put a lot of that money into other things, but I was doing covered calls on Microsoft, bringing in like $5,000 a week, man. I loved Microsoft, a ton of shares and everything like that. This is awesome. Microsoft. So even though I'm kind of an Amazon guy, if you're looking for a little other, throw some Ma in there, some Microsoft. If you want, but obviously it's been on a rip recently. So what to watch in SpaceX earnings? Even though this is a solo AI name, I need to cover it because it's a thing. And we talked about this a little bit yesterday. Starlink, right? Is there growth in Starlink? How much is it making? That's the only thing that's essentially making money. Why? Because this is costing money. AI spending. Tesla and Google got hammered, and we saw Apple and Facebook too get hammered. So is SpaceX a hey, look at all our Starlink and we're making money over here? No, 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 we don't give a shit about that, man. How much is this costing? And if it's bad, the stock is going to get destroyed. I guarantee you. Now, this is, I really even think about this, but this is an Elon Musk thing. He does this, right? He does a little shucking and jiving. For years, I told you shrimp are a vehicle for eating cocktail sauce. Tesla was a vehicle for eating Elon Musk. And it worked for a while. Now he's got this monster. So does he um, merge SpaceX and Tesla? So now we're going to see purple ring nipple, purple hair nipple ring people keying SpaceX rockets because they hate them, or they'll put a bumper sticker like I bought this rocket before Elon went crazy. So this is going to be interesting. I no clue what's going to happen with SpaceX earnings, but I'm going to, this is a big deal. It's the first earnings, obviously, since we went public, and where's the cash, man? How many times does Uncle Wiz have to tell you? Math matters. Math eventually matters, right? So we'll see. Amazon already beat this dead horse. I just can't get over it. Now, obviously, I sold some short call. Wow. 76.75 on the S&P 500. What's Palantir doing? Still ripping? 24%, 23%, man. Woo! That's why you don't put short calls on around earnings, right? We talked about that yesterday in solo AI. Um, SpaceX 330 calls? That's seriously some drinking money. What? Get for what? Friday? For when? That's like the dumbest thing I've ever heard. What the? Look at this, folks. That's the dumbest thing I've ever heard. Is this somebody thinking that, he does buy, he is going to announce a merger and the stock's going to double? Are you insane? Look at that, ladies and gentlemen. I mean, look at this. Look above that. You got some drinking money. This is, I love John and Pete Najarian, but this is kind of what they do. Like, hey, somebody just did this, so we're going to follow them. That works every once in a while. Do you know how many times I've seen a firm who shall remain nameless do the same thing to fake people out and destroy other firms? You ever see the Showtime series Billions? Go watch Billions. Do you know how many times we spent money on something like this to fake people out? Might be writing a book about that someday. And some of the Wall Street trading is a form of combat, folks. But anyway, I mean, this is some obscene. Let's go realistic. What are we at? 117 at the 150. Look at that, folks. So, I mean, that's just insane. There you go. Drinking money call. Awesome. Let's go to the other side. Let's go down. The 100th strike. What are we at? Well, 117. I mean, that's pretty realistic. It hitting 100. 95. That's probably a spread. 90. So the 90, 95, 100 strikes are seeing a lot of put activity. Wow. But folks, so we're at 117 right now in SpaceX, and that's insane. But folks, and these might not be recent. Some of them might be, according to your intel. But man, this is just, up to you if you want to spend some drinking money calls. So, I mean, that's just obscene. Look at that, 76, 75. We might hit 7,700. So yeah, so I mean, I don't know what to tell you, folks. I mean, with earnings after the closing bell, somebody might be just either somebody knows something or, this might be it, right? Questions about a merger with Tesla. But here's what's interesting, folks, is I've seen rumors like this. Do you remember the rumors of Elon Musk when he was going to, what was he going to do? Not Elon Musk, Jeff Bezos. Split. Oh, he was going to split the stock, but he wasn't, and the stock ripped, and then he didn't. They didn't announce on the earnings, and it got hammered, right? So I don't know. I don't want to spend too much time on SpaceX, but if you're up for drinking money calls and gambling, go knock yourself out. I usually don't do that. So that's up to you. All right, already talked about Amazon, beat that dead horse. But this is the banner. You're welcome. Amazon is in the $3 trillion club. Let me drop a new 25 up here on my other screen. Ooh, love it. All-time highs on the S&P 500. So, folks, it's a big deal. It's the fifth company, excuse me, to reach the 3 trillion milestone. Apple, Microsoft, Nvidia, and Alphabet. Out of all these names, I care about Microsoft and Amazon. Obviously, Nvidia a little bit. This is a threat. Hopefully, everybody is in tactical trade alerts, and everybody read yesterday the tactical trade alert that I dropped yesterday, because the Fed, it's a hawkish, because the bond market was seeing a lot of, you know, a lot of stuff. So, earnings. We're going to go look at our bullish on America trade and update these from today. But this was back in May when we did those initial trades. And look at how it's exploded. I guarantee you, with us being at all-time highs, it's exploded even more. So we'll go look at that in a couple minutes here. I would add to your bullish on America trades at this point, man. But there is a threat. Folks, bullish intel. The smart money's getting into our strikes. AI capex is okay in the big names. We got an Iran off ramp, and this is why it's. How many times in your trading or investing career have you heard this? CNBC mentions this every once in a while. This is the most hated bull market. You ever hear that? I hear that all the time when we're getting a rally and people are like, "Oh my God, everything's bad." I'm like, "Price is price, man. It ain't bad. You might feel bad, but you know, price isn't good or bad. It just is. How you feel about it is up to you." But folks, everything has been thrown at this market. What is unknown? Let's just rip it real quick. Another Fauci made scandemic or plandemic. China, Taiwan. I mean, that's all in here. And then obviously the other thing that we have got to be worried about, obviously rate hikes, they're coming, folks. Uh, Iran, but no, let's scroll down here. And I'm beating a dead horse, but do you understand that chairman of the Senate Finance Committee, Elizabeth Warren, it's the end of SpaceX and Elon Musk. It is the end. You will see, it won't be a Sept shit show. It'll be a Nove shit show. Right, ladies and gentlemen? I mean, that is just absolutely insane. Yeah, I mean, oil and all that stuff's kind of in here. Yeah, don't even say that, JG. I mean, that would be an absolute horror. Or you know what, JG? Knowing the market and crazy people, it would be a rally. You wouldn't even. It would be a knee jerk down and then a rally. I don't even want to repeat that, but so gridlock returns on day one. Breaking news: Speaker of the House Hakeem Jeffries. The tax extensions, the deregulation is gone. It's regulation. I told you when Donald Trump got reelected 2 years, however long ago, I said what? Right, with both hands. Pro growth, pro, Wall Street, no regulation. For every new regulation you write, you got to get rid of 10 more. All of that returns, right? Warren style crackdown, hearings, referrals, windfall tax talk. I mean, folks, this is bad. And then obviously that. So while I am bullish on America, folks, I am always looking at the exit. So all right, okay, that looks weird. Why is my window freezing here? Okay, everybody alive? What's this? We'll talk about this stuff tomorrow in AR. Any questions, SOT, before we start getting tactical? Um, all right, model portfolio. Hey, keep an eye on your NVIDIA. This is AI, but if you have NVIDIA, the bull put spread, if you like making 70% in a day, close the bull put spread in the NVIDIA Iron Condor or roll it up maybe. That's your call. But looking as NVIDIA popped, that bull put spread is looking pretty good. So, all right. Yep. Yeah, we got Compass tomorrow. Let's go. JP, let's just do a quick rip through our names here. JP Morgan, loving my Jamie Dimon, 360, 100%. We made 70% in a day last week with our JP Morgan bear call spread. You're welcome. If we bust 360 with some airspeed, all-time high, 360.45, we're ripping. So, um, you you know stair step up down, stair step up down, stair step up down, maybe, or it keeps going. But let's see if there's some premium. We're at 360, 350, and 3 is 650. The 30, the 367 and a half would be conservative. There's not too much premium in it. I'll sell a 365 call against my JP Morgan synthetic stock. Raytheon, folks, the fat Lockheed Martin. What's Lockheed Martin do? I see it in the news every day now with the THAAD. The Pentagon just threw a quadrillion dollars at Lockheed recently. Like, you need to triple production. We can't. We need more money. Here's all the money in the world. So yeah, I mean, that's earnings obviously, but in the news the past couple days with the THAAD triple production. Raytheon, the gift that keeps on giving, 170. I told you to sell the wife and kids, just like I told you at Amazon 170 to sell wife and kids. And we ripped all the way up to 221. Great earnings, great guidance. Little chop up here. That's fine with me. I don't care. I'm long-term bullish. We sell calls to bring in some money. Um, you know, Peace breaks out. Does this get hammered? It doesn't get hammered, folks. When your largest customer has an unlimited checkbook, uh, you buy it and unlimited orders. Now, let's go to, I don't even know who it would be. Dick Durbin, chair of the Senate Armed Services Committee. We're cutting government, military spending to feed Haitians in Minnesota. The defense stocks will get hammered. So that's a threat. Sit up straight and listen to me. That is an absolute threat to being bullish on Raytheon are Democrats. You don't like that? I don't care. If you want a friend, get a dog. 215, that's 250 and 3.5. 220 is the conservative short call, but there's no premium in it, to be honest with you. And 217 and a half is a lot of premium. But looking at the chart with a little bit of potential weakness with a peace deal, I'll do that. I'll not 10 of them, dude. What are you doing? And you're selling it. Slow down. I'd sell Friday's 217 and a half in Raytheon. Any questions on Raytheon? I'd even consider a bear call spread here, folks. It's in the Bullish on America report. I'm going to hit him with the biggest strike since World War II. You've never seen Dwight Eisenhower. The guy was a failure compared to me. I'm going to go big, hit Iran. I don't know, man. I don't even know where we are. So, oh, Bruce, I love the Democrats, Socialists of America. when you lose the snake, James Carville, that dude's what a strange ranger. And then Bill Maher. Bill Maher and James Carville are arsonists, and now they're trying to be firefighters. I will never be in that same party as Hassan Piker. Man, I ain't no they ain't no Democrats. I love the food fight. So the threat to my threat of November Democrat victory is the Democrats. They are going to steal a defeat from the jaws of victory. They're having to defend or run against these DSA attacks from the left wing. They might even shoot themselves in the foot. Leave it to Trump to have a midterm election where the Republicans hold what they got or make money. But see if we can do bear call spread here, man. I like a bear call spread on Raytheon. Did I have that written down? No, but I just talked myself into it. I would do. Let's do a bear call spread on Raytheon for the week. Why would I do this too? Because Besson just was on CNBC. Great interview. That if that dude ran for the president, I'd vote for him. JD Vance, Rubio, or Rubio Besson, or Besson Vance. Could you see them on stage with like Gavin Newsom and AOC? It just wouldn't even be. It wouldn't even be fun. Sell the 217 and a half, buy the 220. 63 cents, you immediately double that, right? What's that, 115? That's where I would maybe eject out of this bear call spread. I didn't say automatically, and there goes Raytheon isn't talking about it. It's rolling over. Are we still at 1 to 0.25? Yes. So that sucks. I'm talking Raytheon down as we're doing this. So let me go quick. Double the credit you take in. That's where I would maybe eject. I don't say definitely eject. I said maybe. You're the tick. You're the trader in command, not me. I don't know when you should eject. I'm saying, hey, man, if this trade increases, if Raytheon starts ripping and that credit increases, I'd say why? And should I get out of it? How much time's left? Was it a one-time spike? Blah, blah, blah. You have to decide on your own. Now you look at this screen. Max potential loss is 193. And you got 63. I'll try and get 63. Oh, it's back to 60. All right. Let me re-grab screenshots here. So 60 is better than try 63. One of your squatter mates got 63. I should do this in my live account. Sometimes these screens don't update. All right, 789. If I'm looking at a 70, 80, 90% profit on this credit I take in, I close it potentially, right? You're risking 190 to make 60, like this. Got 65. Love it. How do we make money in a bear call spread? Well, that's the stock right now. Well, Raytheon goes down, we're going to make money. What if it hangs? We spiked, popped, and we're just kind of leveling this week, waiting to see if peace breaks out. You make money if we hang. You make money even if it goes up, but it stays below that point right there, which is called what? The break even. So Raytheon could go all the way up to 238.10, and you can still make a little bit of scratch. We love bear call spread. Whoa. All right. Well, my pricing's all over the place, folks. So you try and get what you get on your screen. 63. Another TGO member got 63. It's up to you guys. Try and get somebody got 65. All right. So Raytheon's moving around. Not a lot of shares traded in this type of name, but that's okay. In the model portfolio, I'd only go about 3,500. I wouldn't do the full 5 grand. We're still in a volatile market, so I'd look at something like that. That's good. 20 contracts. Man, I don't know why it's saying 80 cents here. I'll do this in my live account because this over here is not. Somebody got 70. There you go. All right. Well, we'll do that. Try for the 70. Oh, and I have the short call there too, obviously. That's what it's telling me. All right. CBOE. I have to spell it out for my AI that's listening because it doesn't get SIBO. SIBO is CBOE. AI, you need to learn that. All right, whatever. We'll leave that hanging over the side of the boat. CBOE. Near death experience complete? I don't know. The future is going to tell us, but it appears for now, and we talked about this last week after earnings, the 300 was going to be kind of there's the gap. Half the gap was 300. So we've filled half the gap and we're fading. That's bearish. Sit up straight. This is some technical analysis training. Gap down, half the gap, fade, bearish. But this has been chop. I don't know if that's a true fade or not. That's bearish, technically, in the whiz book of stuff. Really no volume, but let's go. I mean, the 300 is right up there, folks, and there's a ton of premium in it. I'll go with the 300. That seems to be the ceiling. All right. Those are the existing positions. Anything else, existing positions? We'll talk about Compass tomorrow and our psychedelics and stuff like that. But let's go 26% on Palantir, man. That's really helping all the other AI names. Wow. That's a monster gap. What's the pin for today, man? This is insane. Oops. 75.50, 75.75. So that's why you see us hovering around the 75.75. Wow. And folks, what did Uncle Wiz tell you yesterday? Can I get a hell yeah if you listen to me? What did I warn you yesterday? I'm like, you know what? I ain't shooting a bear call spread. Why? What did Uncle Wiz tell you? The melt up. What did we do? We melted up and stayed at 7,600. Here's the live trade brief yesterday when we went and looked at the Max Pain. Didn't I? Said, no, 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 no. If you're feeling a bear call spread right now, don't. If you're just doing it on look, don't do it. If anything, what did I tell you? Do a bull put spread. Why? What did we do, man? I told you I'm surgical with this shit. Here's the live trade brief. I said, no, no, no. If you think it's going to do that, go look at the Max Pain. And what did it do? I said, we're most likely going to melt up. What did we do the rest of the afternoon? We hit 7,600 at 2, and we stayed there. And we pinned right at 7,600. It's almost like I do this for a living. I shoot fish in a barrel. Wow. So absolutely insane. 76.75. What did I say? Oh, there's not even anybody up here. That's the problem. Hold on. Okay. I don't want that. I'm trying to zoom in on this. Thank you for doing this. 76. Yeah. Well, folks, there weren't too many people clearly buying options yesterday uh, who thought we'd be up at 76, 75 right now. 7,600. Yeah. And obviously look, look at the skew here, folks. Calls to puts. Obviously, this isn't updating real time. You can look at some screens that do this. But folks, I think we might even melt the rest of the way up. Why don't I have a 25 here? I got to drop a 76, 75 over here. It didn't take. 76, 75. Boom. All right. Woo. Love it. What a great time, man. All right. Let's go look. TJ, I don't think it's a short squeeze. There might be some elements of that in there, but look at the puts for today, man. If I guarantee you there are shorts, right? Because what was going on here? under the moving average. We had a MACD crossing and we started going down. And what did I tell you, folks? Nothing lives between moving averages. It's no man's land. It's trench warfare. We either get violently pulled down to one or snap back up to the other. What did I tell you? And it snapped back up here. Now, we've had our fifth, 4 out of 5 treads printed money. One right now, obviously, is underwater. I don't care. Yeah, yay. Yay, my trudge is underwater. It's a trudge. It's not a trade. So my trudge is underwater, even though 4 out of the last 5 have printed money. It's paid for. Well, why am I yaying? Because every long-term position in my portfolio is ripping green right now. That's why you trudge. It's the cost of doing business. You sleep better at night. Now let's go look at SPX real quick. I'm going to go all the way down. Does everybody have, you should, I mean, it's way past when you should, but you should always, if you don't have it right now, do what? Have a bullish on America trade on. I can't wait for new strikes to come out, man. Wow, look at this. Woo. Tony, nice job, man. My screen says up 1,100% on Palantir for the year. Awesome, Tony. Well done. We looked at Palantir when we launched the AI portfolio. Um, and that just validates, I told you this, man, right? Man, this was a $200 stock, right? It's the Halliburton of the Pentagon. I told you it. So sell off and yeah, this is ripping again. But let's stick with nice trade, Tony. Well done. Love seeing people perform and printing money. All right. What are we doing here, man? Why are you taking forever? All right. I hate that it defaults to that. Stop. Stop. Yay. All right, here we go. Sorry. All right. 38, 11, 2, 18, 36. 38, 11, 2, whatever it was. Oh my God, man. Look at this. 38 is now 39. 11, 2 is the same, right? Let's go look at the 18 and 20 grand strikes. 18 and 20 grand. 1836. 1836 is the same. So we're seeing, and this is from yesterday. This is the report I dropped yesterday. So all of this is current. This is from May, ladies and gentlemen. Look at the change from May to this, and then obviously. So, folks, we drive the fight here at Top Gun Options. Everybody happy with these trades? Everybody good? Anybody need a new one? Want a new one? This is what you do. I updated in the tactical trade alert my spaghetti, man. My spaghetti is right there. I believe this to my core. All the math. The super bullish case is 20, let's just round up, 22 grand. What if we just do awesome? 16 grand. And then the base case of, hey, the Democrats or President Harris or News. President who? Fill in the blank, man. Buttigieg? You can't have a president whose name is that, first of all, no offense. A mayor from South Bend. Go Irish, but are you horrible transportation secretary. Mayor AOC, please run her for, or Congressman AOC, please run her. Anyway, so if you get that, you're looking at folks. Who was it yesterday, man? There's Goldman or somebody saying we're S&P 8 grand by. Oh, there it is. Tom Lee. Tom Lee was calling for 8 grand by end of the year, folks. I agree. I agree with that. So I could not agree more. So even my bearish case is good to go. So all right, good. Any other questions on I do remember Bill Clinton coming from nowhere, man. Trust me. And the comeback kid, he came back from being a cheating, disgusting human. Isn't that funny? The comeback kid. God, you remember those days? Stand by. I'm not some Tammy Wynette. Stand by my man. Yeah, you are, and yeah, you did. What a crime syndicate. 7681 on the S&P. I told you we're trying to get up to 7,700 today. Absolute insanity. Carter also came from nowhere, but folks, remember the difference between Carter and Clinton. Social media. These people ain't coming from nowhere. AOC, you can't swing a dead cat without her, and Bernie Sanders or Gavin Newsom loves himself. He's Patrick Bateman from American Psycho. These people ain't coming from nowhere. You could hide a little bit. You know, Clinton running again today, the Whitewater, and who they kill in the national park, who's Chelsea's real dad, Vince Foster. So this is, you know, we will never have something like that again. People ain't coming from nowhere. Everybody, the second you announce, I mean, look at what happened with the last Democrat that came from nowhere. I'm a veteran and I'm an oyster farmer from Maine. You're a drunk rapist whose oyster farm sells oysters just to his mom's restaurant, and his dad gave you his multi-$100,000 house. So. Anyway, other than that, why is premium on higher strike America trade lower than Gregory? Go ask the people buying it. I can't tell you that. Why is divorce expensive? It's worth it. So it just depends on what's going on, right? I mean, price is price. Somebody might come in and say, "Man, I need these right now," and buy at the ask. So I don't, the price of the underlying SPX is just one thing that goes into the price of an option. So I have no clue what to tell you. So let's close out the. I gotta blast out the Raytheon. Anybody need? I already asked it. Everybody's good with your SPX bullish on America trades. Nobody needs one, right? New primary trades, RTX weekly bear call spread and short calls. All right, well, everyone, let me go grab the screenshots. Everybody filled on Raytheon. I need to add that to my account. Screenshots. There's one. Oh, let me grab a screenshot of the short calls. All right, filled across the board. SpaceX this afternoon. I got to drive down to Fort Lauderdale. I'm doing a podcast down there, and then a dinner tonight. You get a better deal buying the 1820 with the price stable on the lower strike, in my opinion. Yeah, it could be. It could be. Or maybe it is based on what you just said. But that's for that. When is that valid for? When you just say that, right? Somebody comes in and starts moving that snuff around. Um, so there you go, Dwayne. I'm getting braver doing snipers using Max Payne chart calls versus puts. Today made $675 in 20 minutes. I love it. If you feel, I love that, Dwayne. Congrats, man. That makes my heart smile. I love when TGO members make money based on training. That's why I'm here. Be careful what I of yesterday. The boiled frog. These melt ups, man, can be lethal. So be careful. If anything, it's bull put spread time. I mean, hell, we might see a full 1.5% today. This is just awesome. How's Amazon pulling back a little bit? I'm fine. Somebody posted that Jeff Bezos sold a shitload of shares. He's a dude. You see that wife? The guy might need some money. How are the short calls? We might roll them down, take some profit. No one's gone broke taking a profit in short calls. What do I have? The 295s. They're up 76%. I'm rolling. I'm going to adjust, roll down, and it goes automatically to the next strike. We're at 277. I'm going to the 285s easily. If it's going to keep selling off and kind of fill that gap or something like that. So there you go. I rolled, took some profit on those short calls and rolled them down. All right. Um, mm, mm. uh, so the Nvidia bull put spread, maybe roll it up, man. And let me just talk real quick. Don't do death by rolling, right? Death by adjustment. Stick to your SOP. 789, either close that spread or roll it up. So I'm going to roll up, adjust, roll up that spread to the 202 and a half, 200, right? Ain't nothing wrong with that. Let's do it for 230. So you can move the wingspan of your iron condor as the week goes on. I like that. So I'm going to, and it's back to being an iron condor. Here's what the new iron condor looks like. Still a little skewed over here, man, but it's Tuesday at 10:51, man. We still got some time for that to work out there. Uh, the hold on. Whoa, sorry. Let's go back to Palantir. Folks, that's obviously when something's on a tear, either, wow, 27%. Wow, unbelievable. This was back in June. I remember this, man. I remember. Why am I showing Palantir? Because if it pulls an Amazon, let's wait a couple days and maybe a bear call spread on this name. And things don't tend to just keep running unless you're the S&P 500 right now. So, what did I roll my Amazon down to? It was rolled them down to 285. Here, let me update. Add this as well to that post. This one. Edit. Also rolled NVIDIA weekly bull put spread up and rolled Amazon calls down. These are from Solo AI portfolio. Don't want to confuse people in primary. If you're like, man, I didn't get that trade. Well, you need to join Solo AI. All right, there. Now everything is up to date. I did roll the, for SpaceX. Awesome. Brent bought the 7,700 call and made 30% in 2 minutes. I love it. Guys, go look right here in the thread, man. This is why I post this stuff live. You can go, it's right there. NVIDIA, I did, I rolled it up from 197 and a half to 195 to the 202 and to the next set of strikes. Yeah. If you're seeing me post this stuff live, you can all go look right there. You bet. Absolutely. I am good to go, man. I got to go get ready for this podcast down in Fort Lauderdale. Let me check my mastermind group and see if I got anything else going on here. Right. No, I think they're pretty good. One more time, folks. Let's see if anybody listened to me. Fit four of you? Come on, man. Everybody right now, especially people who got in here late, click on that link right now and click subscribe. I got to grow this YouTube channel for the new company, the new advice. It's actually old. It predates Sacred Warrior Fellowship and No Fallen Heroes Foundation. So everybody go subscribe to that right now. And then, like I said, go check out the page. Go send this to your friends in the corporate world, or if you're in the corporate world, send it to your HR director or CEO or whoever is in charge of running your offsite. I'd love to come and talk and do a keynote. Thanks, Joe. I'm actually building out a whole separate business, folks. How do you how do you take your team to the next level? How about them not being miserable? How about them not getting in their car in the driveway in the morning and going, I can't believe I have to go to work? How about we do corporate retreats and corporate healing retreats? So I got so much good stuff coming, man. I'm so excited. There is so much goodness in the world, even with the bad, man, the freaking war and everything like that. We're gonna try and give peace a chance. I mean, that is our default natural state, ladies and gentlemen. So, but I appreciate it. Appreciate the support, and all that stuff. There we go. There, the people are starting to listen. You guys are awesome. I need to get over 100. I think like the 100 is the like, hey, you're legit. You're not some nut. I am a nut, but I mean, we are. Oh, Susie meant to me to tell everybody we're closed for August, man. The retreat. I guess kids back in school and people are, took the summer off. We are absolutely full for August, so no more August Sacred Warrior Fellowship retreat. I think the next one's October, because Susie and I are heading to Ole Miss and then out to Colorado and then back to Ole Miss. So the middle of this month is nuts, but retreat at the end of the month and then nothing in September because I'm going to a bunch of football games. Ole Miss, Charlotte, Ole Miss, Georgia, Colorado, Utah. I'm football fall, man. I can't wait for it. So, but if you are interested, email Susie, and she can get you on the list for the October retreat. Okay. All right, guys. Good stuff. Great session. We'll talk about psychedelics tomorrow. I think I gave you this stuff to read. Go read the Ohio State report about the psilocybin, folks. 75% of veterans healed clinically. That's not my word. I do use that word, but when you see clinicians, they won't say the word healed. They'll say 75% of the people in this study no longer meet the definition of PT. It's PTSI. It's an injury, not a disorder. So, folks, I know I'm preaching to the choir, but every once in a while when I read these things, I just kind of go, duh. And then I go, thank you, God, because the world is finally waking up. And let's end on that high note. I can't even believe you see a headline like this today. 5 years ago, laying on my back, getting my ass kicked in Mexico, to that headline is just it's stunning. It's absolutely stunning. And I thank you all for your support of this mission, because without you guys, clearly I wouldn't be able to do any of this stuff. To this one, I'll give you links to both of these. This one, that's that one, and then this one to this one. Yeah, man, a senior. Going to be a senior. And then Keely being a freshman in college it's heartbreaking to me. I mean, it's bittersweet, but you guys all know that. 76.86 on the S&P 500. I told you to be careful of a bear call spread. I wouldn't do it. Lead, follower, get out of the way. And with the S&P right now, I'd be out of the way. Do not step in front of this thing. Look at that. What did I tell you? It's going to melt up. Be careful of the melt up, man. When Uncle Wiz says that, it's a thing. All right, guys. I'll see you tomorrow. Have a great rest of your day. Fights on. Namaste. And Wiz out. God bless you guys. And I'll talk to you tomorrow. Cheers.